Well, good morning, everybody, and I hope you have had your coffee, because 10 minutes is never going to be enough to talk you through an overview of rFpro. So we're going to start with a brief introduction and then invite you to come upstairs and talk with us, either at our stand or at times through the day. So thank you for this chance to be here. So the automotive industry has historically been reliant on physical testing, and that is expensive, it's slow to achieve, and it's very difficult to scale in volume. So rFpro exists to enable virtual test and now virtual data generation at scale for engineers across the automotive industry. And at its core, rFpro is an environment simulation. And if needed, can act as the simulation environment too for your models to come and execute. And we exist with three key missions. The first is to model the real world. The second is to allow you and your vehicles and sensors to interact with that world. And the third is to help you to scale your training and testing massively. So that first pillar is to model the real world. And that means we physically model the real world, like this digital model of the Millbrook Proving Ground, where the road surfaces are accurate to a 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter grid and a millimeter in Z to give you true vehicle dynamics grade inputs to your vehicle model. And then we can build up real-world locations full of traffic where hundreds of different vehicles are being simulated to create huge volumes of traffic flow to test your ADAS and autonomous systems as well. And rFpro has the largest digital model library in the world. It has over 180 different models of our library available for you to use. They are proving grounds, there are public roads, there's testing circuits, and race circuits as well for the motorsport customers. And really importantly, we're also trusted. Trusted to build 15 different private proving grounds for 11 different OEMs and Tier 1s across the world. That means we've built private proving grounds in the US, here in Europe, in the UK, in Korea, and in Japan. And then that second pillar is that we allow you to interact with that world. Because driving simulation is about having your vehicle model connected with humans and now non-humans that are controlling it, all driving around in this highly populated virtual world. And rFpro is essentially that world, and it enables you to connect together all of these essential parts of the simulation. And it's a highly flexible system too. So our customers are allowed to choose the best-in-class solutions that they would like to use at each part of this solution. So maybe you're using pre-made vehicle models, or you're building your own highly detailed multi-body models, and you're executing them on a range of different real-time hardware. You might be using VR headsets, or you might be using full wraparound displays, or just a single screen. And then you can add your different choices of sensor models and fill it with your favorite choice of traffic simulations too. And we do this because we want to help you with your testing and training data to scale it massively. So a key focus for today is to look at different driver-in-the-loop test use cases. And rFpro sits at the core of all of the industry-leading simulators that are on the market, as well as being flexible to be installed onto any of our customers' own design systems too. So this diversity means that rFpro is used for a huge number of use cases. And that longest established is vehicle dynamics, steering and feeling, and tire developments. And we have partnerships with a huge number of different proving grounds and testing locations, such as A+ Ideada, Millbrook, Nardo. And this enables engineers to perform their simulation work in the same locations that they do their physical testing. Because it's essential that you have confidence in your simulation by correlating it to your real-world tests. And our customers have been doing this for many years. A great example was shown by Ford when they released the video of how they were using simulation as a core part of the development of the Mustang Mach-E. And then at an extreme end of limit performance handling, the use of driver-in-the-loop technologies in motorsport has been around for a long, long time. And Alfa Romeo Racing gave a statement which is probably valid to all of us across the automotive industry, that simulators are a really powerful tool for engineering purposes because they help steer and give feedback to the whole company. And the use of driving simulation is always expanding too. And we had a great challenge last year in extending the use of rFpro into new fields where vehicle control and driver feedback are really important. And so last year we worked very closely with the German bobsleigh team and with BMW Motorsport to give the German Olympic athletes the chance to train for the Winter Olympics and bring back the biggest medal haul ever in a single event. And then this year, General Motors started to push simulation out of this world, using their driver-in-the-loop simulator to help the development process for their moon buggy that they're in development with Lockheed Martin too. But for some of those more down-to-earth use cases, include the development and evaluation of headlight systems and exterior lighting, where the ability to add highly detailed IES or full RGB profiles is a really powerful way to create cost savings and speed efficiencies for test engineers. And we're really delighted to share that ZKW adopted rFpro for the development of all of their headlight products. And they believe that using rFpro will drastically reduce the amount of real-world night driving that they have to do and produce huge cost savings for their development. And we're so glad to see a number of the team here today, who I'm sure will be happy to talk to you about that use case. And driver-in-the-loop systems are also being used to develop ADAS features and give human factors researchers a chance to immerse their participants into complex traffic situations, where multiple drivers can actually exist in the same simulation too. And again, there are a wide range of rFpro customers in this testing area. Toyota Europe invested in rFpro technology because they wanted the most realistic imaging possible in order to trigger human responses that fully respond to reactions in real-life situations. And over in Japan, Toyota Boshoku proudly show off their driving simulator that is used for HMI development, as well as the interior design and seating. And we all know that vehicles are not just driven by humans anymore. And it's really important that we're able to simulate sensors and put them into the loop with ECUs. And a great example of this is rFpro's flexibility that can be seen with our partnerships with companies such as Xylon, as well as B+, allowing for multiple real-time virtual cameras to be linked in and to feed perception systems on physical ECUs. And at the same time, you need your virtual sensors to be available in LiDAR and radar sensors too, creating the realistic data streams from the virtual sensors to feed into those real hardware perception systems. And rFpro is not just about real-time simulation. So if you need to start creating the huge machine learning training data sets, you can do that highly efficiently using rFpro. And there isn't going to be enough time in this short presentation to talk you through the whole story behind how we create those highly detailed synthetic training data sets. So please, come upstairs and find us. Because there's so much to talk about when we need to look at how rFpro's same digital software and digital models can be used to create this hugely challenging synthetic training data sets. So, thank you. We'd love to talk you through all of these use cases or just some of these use cases through the day. So please do come and find us up on the first floor or drop us an email at any time at info@rfpro.com. Enjoy the day and thank you very much.
So, thank you, Matt, for the introduction, what's going on in the environment simulation.